What up, this is Ludacris, and you tuned into the hottest radio show in South Korea. This is Night Vibe with Pinnacle the Hustler and Elliot Ashby, Entrepreneur.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Elliot Ashby, always keeping it classy for Night Vibe Radio. You made an album about my radio station. It's called, your album's called Black Radio. I'm black in Korea doing radio.
It was really about you, actually.
I appreciate that. Okay. So, no, but seriously, that album, man, is phenomenal. Of course, you won a Grammy for the album. And when I actually listened to you talk about the album, you make it seem like it was just a jam session between friends.
It really was, actually. I text all the people on the record, literally, like, yo, I'm doing a joint. Can y'all come through? Blah, 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 blah. Try to figure it out. And, it happened to be a week where most of the people, maybe 9 out of 11 were actually available. 8 out of 11 people were available to come to LA and record. So it wasn't much preparation. So pretty much cats just rolled through the studio, and a lot of people came and didn't know what we were doing, and we just kind of sat there and talked about it, like, let's try this, and kind of roll with it. So it definitely has a jam session feel because it was literally a jam session, and it just worked out that way. And I guess, you get the right artists and the right musicians in the room, the rest is kind of history. Let the universe do what it do.
I had no idea that you, Bilal's first album, that you were part of that project.
Yeah. Me and Bilal I met him in college in '97 in New York. I'm from Houston, so I flew up, and he's from Philly. And we met the first day of school. We both got full scholarships for jazz. And I met the first day of school. We've been best friends ever since. I'm the godfather to his children. And, he's my favorite vocalist, and he's just a great musical mind of today. And so I love working with him. So I'm on all his records, and wrote some stuff, on pretty much on all of them. Yeah. And this last record, I'm on 2 or 3 joints, and I co-wrote 1 or 2 joints on there. And he's on all my records. Every record that I have vocalists on, he's on.
He's seriously one of my favorite vocalists, easy.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Now, when you worked with him on the first project, is that when you first met Dilla?
Yes. He got signed our sophomore year in college, and the first person they had him work with was Dilla, and he asked if he can fly me out too, and they were like, okay. He's like, it's my boy, I work with him. So went out, hung with Dilla for about 2 weeks, and recorded some joints and hung out, and really just got a chance to get Dilla's vibe, and I learned so much in them 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So it was great. It's amazing.
The album is crazy. The fact that you did a Nirvana track, a Sade.
Right.
Do you ever feel pressure? I mean, coming up against something that's already really popular that people already like. Do you ever think man, I could mess this up?
Not really, because I'm arrogant in that way. I know I have the dopest band, and I know whatever we do is just gonna be fresh. Even just our approach to doing it is fresh. So I feel like when I do it, I'm like, this is going to be fresh. You know what I mean? And that's how I'll just come at it. And, people remake songs all the time, or people cover songs all the time, and some people don't even really change anything. They just do the cover to pay homage to it by just doing it. You know what I mean? And I feel like, we try to change stuff, and not change it. We change it just enough to where it's changed, but you still get the same feeling or the same spirit of the song still comes through. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how we come about doing remakes, But we come at it with a fresh palette. Sometimes I've done remakes for other people, and I've told them I don't want to hear the original.
So you want to? I mean, even the Black Radio, the remix album.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, basically, it had a completely different feel than even the first project.
Exactly.
How did that start?
Well, the remix album, I know a lot of our musicians, I know a lot of artists, I know a lot of producers. So I'm like, how do I make a Black Radio producer album?
Yeah.
Because on my albums, it's all live band. I don't do production on my albums. All live band. If it sounds like production, that's because we're playing it purposely like that. You know what I mean? But for the remix album, I wanted to throw in some people that I rock with just on a production tip. And so that's why I called on friends of mine, Georgia and Modrew. We actually went to college together. Me and Bilal went to college together. And Knife Wonder and Pete Rock,
man.
Amir, Questlove, and these are just people I love and that I rock with.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to find I wanted to find a way to keep black radio out there longer. You know what I mean? Just do something cool with the album.
Really, a fly? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
I saw an interview where you just killed a fly in the middle of the interview. Are you gonna help me out, bro?
All right, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the vibe on that. I just wanted to do a different take on it and give some producers the opportunity to just chop up the joints and do what they do with it.
Are you ever, because you work around so many talented folks, does anybody, has there ever been a moment where basically you just were like blown away, a jam session or just rocking on the stage with somebody like, man, I never thought this would happen?
Yeah, man, I got a chance to rock with Stevie Wonder, sitting on the same piano bench at a Q-Tip concert.
Was that a couple weeks ago? Was that the Stevie Wonder, the birthday thing?
This is like a few years ago. I was on tour with Q-Tip in L.A. and Stevie came to the show and walked on stage. And I walked him on. He was sitting waiting on the side of the stage. This person came up to me like, Stevie's here, he wants to rock. I was like, oh, snap. And I brought him over, and I sat side by side with him. I played the keyboard, he played the Rhodes.
Oh, man.
And we played Superstition together. What? That was crazy.
Man,
that was probably one of my biggest musical moments ever, for that to happen.
So, playing with Stevie Wonder, the Grammy,
yes.
And you said you already have a lot of confidence.
Yes.
Where's your ego at right now?
It's pretty high.
It's pretty high.
It's pretty high.
Because I heard you tell some guy over there that you don't even do pictures anymore.
Borderline asshole. That's what I do. I don't do pictures. I don't even do cameras. Could you turn that off, please? I can't.
I'm sorry, he didn't. Celebrities, you know what I mean? Oh gosh.
No, I'm a nice guy. I'm just confident.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with confidence. Kanye said it best. He was like, my confidence plus your insecurities equals my cockiness.
Okay. Yeah, definitely makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Have you changed? Do you feel like you've changed at all with the notoriety? Just because jazz artists, they don't typically get the type of success that you've got,
right.
Which makes me wonder, and others, including the cameraman, if you're Illuminati. You don't have to say anything, just make a gesture, and I don't know. Okay, we'll leave that up to interpretation. All right, let me move on to something a little bit different. I want to ask about the upcoming projects. I know there's going to be a Black Radio 2, and I think personally that I should be on the album because I am in Korea doing Black Radio, and I sing a little bit.
That is true. That is true.
Would you like to hear some of my singing?
I was going to try to set up some studio time after the show.
Okay.
So you can come through.
See?
Let's do that later. Cause
we could go to the studio.
I'm going to get all hype and stuff now.
Exactly. I don't want to inspire you too much.
I don't want to do that. Exactly.
Okay, well, let me ask
you. I want too much inspiration before I play.
Let me ask you a little bit more about the upcoming projects. I've been hearing this rumor that you're supposed to be doing some stuff with MF Doom. Is this true?
Yeah.
If so, when and what is it going to be like?
Well, he's been coming out and doing some appearances with me. He just flew out to South Africa. We did Cape Town, and he came and he's a special guest for that. And he's my special guest for a few shows, Europe, London, Paris, I think. We're going to do a project together. We just don't know when it's going to be. We're trying to work it out. But we're definitely going to do a project together. That's my dude right there.
And what other collaborations do you have coming up next?
Well, I'm producing Shaka Khan's record.
How does that happen?
I know. She heard Black Radio, loved Black Radio, and it happened.
Like her people's called you, or did you pick up the phone and it was Shaka Khan?
No. Her people called me, blah, 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 and then me and her Shaka had a conversation, and it happened. So we already recorded a few songs. We're going to finish it like later this year or early next year.
Is that happening a lot since the release of the album?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of producer calls, you know what I mean? So I'm also doing something right now with Kim Burrell. And
yo, her voice.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
She's incredible. And I'm producing Sean Kuti.
Oh, okay, Fela Kuti. Okay.
Yeah, Fela Kuti's son.
Yeah.
Next, when I go to Brussels, in 3 days.
Crazy.
Doing some stuff with him there. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of production calls, which is great because I love to produce. That's really what I do. I've always been a producer. I've always been one of them cats my friends and everybody would like to have in the studio. You know what I mean? Just say, hey, what do you think? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've never, in my mind, I was never like, oh, I want to produce. But after this record came out, I started getting on. And I started doing some production before this record, too.
Yeah.
But it's starting to come a lot now. And it's great. I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Robert Glasper rocking on Night Vibe.
Boom.
Boom. Done.
Done. Over.
All right.
Like a four-leaf clover.